This is TaskSpoon, the series where I aim to complete the collection log by doing one randomly generated task at a time. After completing the medium tier, I'm ready to attempt some of the longest and hardest challenges yet as I move on to the hard tier. Welcome to Season 3 of TaskSpoon. Hello everybody and welcome to episode 113 of the TaskSpoon series. In the last video, we did a bunch of things. We did some Sarachnis, some God Wars Dungeon stuff, some volcanic mines, some trouble brewing, a bunch of clues, and we ended the video by rolling a task to get a Basilisk Jaw, where I mentioned that I did have a plan to try and get this Basilisk Jaw without running through all of my prayer potions and hopefully not taking too much time, and I'm excited to share with you guys because it's actually a little bit creative. As many of you may know, the Basilisk Jaw is a 1 in 5,000 drop rate while off Slayer task, and a 1 in 1,000 rate while on Slayer task. And as you may be able to guess, my plan does involve trying to get a Slayer task, but probably not in the way you would expect. But first, I already have a Slayer task that I'm going to go and finish right now, and then I will talk a little bit more about my plan. I still have this Abyssal Demon task that I've actually finished 2 unsired tasks on the spreadsheet on this one Abyssal Demon task. But there is no more unsired tasks on the hard tier, so I'm not too concerned about making sure that I do it at Sire, so I'm just going to finish it at the Little Demons here, and maybe we'll get another whip. Hey, let's go. And for anyone curious what I would want more whips for the Abyssal Tentacle, when you combine the Abyssal Whip with the Kraken Tentacle, it degrades over time, but the whip is the thing that disappears, not the Kraken Tentacle. So you essentially just need to supply it with whips if you want to use the Abyssal Tentacle. And yeah, this is essentially 10,000 charges on that in the bank every time I get one. So that's good. Hey, let's go. Another one. Alright, this is going to be the Abbey Demons task done. Great task. 2 whips, 2 superiors. That was awesome. And now, my plan. So, I've been doing some research trying to find the best way to get a Basilisk task, and there are 5 Slayer Masters that will sign Basilisks: Vannaka, Chaeldar, Konar, Neve Steve, and Duradel. And the highest rate to actually get Basilisk is from Duradel at 2.59%, which is not what I'm going to be doing. So I've been doing some research, and I figured out that as long as you have Basilisk extended via the Slayer Point reward shop, you'll always be assigned between 200 and 250 of them. Which means it doesn't matter which Slayer Master assigns you them, which is one of the concerns I had, because obviously the lower level Slayer Masters usually assign less of them. But as long as I have the extension unlocked, that doesn't matter. And Vannaka, although only a 2% chance to assign them, all of his other tasks are really easy. Because he's a lower level Slayer Master, a lot of the things he assigns are lower level, and there is less of them. So I'm essentially going to be point boosting at Vannaka, doing easy Slayer tasks in between, trying to get a Basilisk task, and then every 10th task or 50th task, whatever, I'm still going to go to Konar, who can still assign Basilisk, but then get even more Slayer points. So yeah, I'm going to do some Vannaka Slayer point boosting to try and get a Basilisk task, which sounds kind of weird, but I'm excited for it. And so we just got to check and make sure we have Basilisk unlocked, and we have Basilisk extended. Perfect. And let's do this. Hill Giants. I'm going to be doing everything I can to get through these tasks as fast as possible. So I've got my range on. I've got a cannon. I'm going to be using Expeditious Bracelets, which I forgot, but just pretend that I am already. And yeah, hopefully we can get a Basilisk task. And like I said, still going to be going to Konar for my 10 task streaks. Every time I do that, I get like 3 more skips worth, and then I can use those to get tasks. So yeah, there is still a chance Konar can give me Basilisk, but then there's a 50-50 chance that it's in the wrong spot. So that's probably not likely. I'm just going to look for a quick task here. 13 Dark Beasts. Perfect. A nice 100 points for that one. You ever get a Slayer task for something and have no clue what it is? So I've been doing Slayer for coming up on like 7 hours now, and nothing too interesting so far, and I'm only sort of just now realizing that I don't really have much to show you guys. Most of these Slayer tasks are pretty boring and quick, but I think I've come up with a plan. I'm going to try and get to 500 tasks done for the extra bonus points, and then go and do a bunch of skips at Duradel. Duradel is the most likely Slayer Master to assign Basilisk, so I think that's the best place if I'm going to be doing skips. But for now, I'm just going to keep going. I got another like 26 tasks between now and then, so it should still be a while. But yeah, that's my plan. Just going along, you know, doing my Slayer things. It's actually been not bad XP per hour, surprisingly. I am getting, let me add it to the canvas here, 22.5k XP per hour right now. No idea how. I mean, I guess the Abyssal Demon task helped, and I got a couple superiors there. But yeah, I've just been vibing, doing some Slayer, watching some movies. It's been pretty chill. I think I stand by my decision, though. Even if it ends up taking slightly longer, which, for the record, I don't think it will. I think this is actually going to end up being faster. I'm getting Slayer experience out of this, and even that is worth more than wasting a bunch of prayer potions at Basilisk Nights. So even if this ends up taking, or feeling like it takes a while to get the task, I think it is worth it in the long run. Any Slayer experience I get is going to get me closer to 95, which means that I can start doing Alchemical Hydra, which would be great. I think their only Alchemical Hydra tasks are on the Elite tier, but there is still one more Mount Karum unique task on the hard tier, and if by some miracle I get to 95 Slayer before then, I could potentially do either Alchemical Hydra or regular Hydras without needing to Wild Pie boost, which would be nice. So yeah, I like doing Slayer. This is fine with me. I decided to do that Spiritual Creatures task at the Ancient Prison Spiritual Mages, just in case I got one of the ceremonial pieces, which I did, but I already have it. Well, I got a couple of things for you here. First of all, as you can see by the XP tracker, coming up on about 10 hours of Vannaka Slayer, still going strong. Second of all, I didn't know Vannaka could assign Abyssal Demons, so today I learned that. And third of all, I got 96 attack and 121 combat. Very neat. I did also just remember, I mentioned this in the last Mount Karum unique task, but if we can get to 95 Slayer, it raises the chances of getting either a Worms, Drakes, or Hydras task from Konar to like 11 point something %, which is really high when it comes to trying to get tasks from Slayer Masters, which would make all future Mount Karum unique tasks faster. So yeah, I'm feeling even better about this. Every bit of Slayer experience I get is bringing me closer to that objective as well. So yeah, that's also good. Many hours of Slayer later, we are at 499 tasks, meaning we get a 500 task streak from Konar, and Dust Devils in the Catacombs, sure, I will go and burst that, and then we'll go and do those skips. Alright, and with these Dust Devils killed, 700 points, we can go and do some skips, and yeah, hope we get lucky. So, like I said before, there are 5 Slayer Masters that can assign Basilisk, being Vannaka, Chaeldar, Konar, Neve Steve, and Duradel. Konar is going to be a no-go, simply because there's a 50% chance that it assigns it to me in the Relica Slayer Cave, which means I couldn't kill the Basilisk Knights. Vannaka is a 2.0% chance. Chaeldar is a 1 point something, I forget, but it's definitely not the way. Neve is a 2.23, and Duradel is a 2.26. So Duradel is the highest chance for me to get a task, but now I'm debating whether I just do my skips at Vannaka anyway, and anytime I get a quick task, like there's a bunch of tasks that are like 10 cave slimes, I could just go and do those instead of skipping them, whereas Duradel, I'd be skipping every task that isn't Basilisk task. So I'm not quite sure yet what I want to do. Let me think about it. Alright, well, as you can probably tell based on where I am, I'm going to do my skips at Vannaka. There's a couple of reasons for this. One, what I just said, where I can just do any of the quick tasks and save the points from skipping them and actually build up tasks towards my streak. And 2, I realized that if I went and did my skips at Duradel, I'd get a bunch of tasks that I wanted to go and do, and I would feel bad for skipping them. So yeah, I'm just going to do a bunch of skips at Vannaka and hope for a Basilisk task. Would have been really cool. And this is a good example, 20 cave bugs. So I was going through my skips at Vannaka and, like I said, doing any of the quick tasks that I could. And actually, it's my editing day today, so I decided to take a break and do some cooking and continue working towards that goal that I talked about a couple videos ago. And I got 98 cooking! One more level to go. Yeah, so I decided to do a bunch more editing and figured I might as well get that done. I can go and buy the cooking cape and then never burn any food ever, which is really nice for these high-level foods. So I'm gonna go do that. Hello, head chef. I would like one of your capes, please. 99k is a fair price to me. Thank you very much. I've started to run pretty thin on Slayer points, so I've expanded the tasks that I'm willing to do to bursting tasks as well, because turns out Vannaka can assign Dust Devils and Necreals, which are great, and Jellies, I think, too. So I'm going to start doing those just because I'm going to run out of points eventually, and these are still just great experience and still pretty quick tasks. Alright, well, it's been a while. Done a lot of barraging Slayer tasks recently. I have used essentially all of my points. I have 100 left that I think I'm going to keep for skips for my point streak tasks at Konar, and just go back to what I was doing before, I guess. Hoping for a Basilisk task naturally, and just going to do all these quick tasks. I'm actually pretty close to 94 Slayer at this point. My XP per hour has gone up a lot, considering all I've been doing is barraging and skipping Slayer tasks. So that's good to see, I guess. But yeah, no luck there, unfortunately. Going back to what I was doing before. Oh, let's go! Basilisk task, finally! Sorry, I'm eating a lozenge. Alright, so we got 205 Basilisks to kill. That's a little bit upsetting because I think the range is 200 to 250, so it's very low. But with Bracelets of Slaughter, hopefully that can last us long enough. And I need to figure out a Basilisk Knight setup. I've never actually killed these before, so I need to look into it. But I'm pretty sure you essentially just bring prayer gear and safe spot them with the V shield. That way they can't damage you. And they have low range defense, so you essentially always hit even though you're wearing prayer gear. So yeah, I'm gonna get set up and we'll get started. Alright, so this is what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna stand here and I'm going to hit the Basilisk. And that's it. Hope I get a jaw. I didn't realize there was a combat achievement to kill Basilisk Knights, but yeah, there's exactly one combat achievement, an elite task to kill one Basilisk Knight. So, cool, 4 points, thank you. Well, no jaw yet, obviously, but I have done 43 Basilisk Knight kills, and I've gotten 3 Mystic Hat Lights, which are 1 in 256. So that's something. The Basilisk head is a 1 in 1,000 drop, just like the jaw, so now I am sad. Another Mystic Hat Light, really? Alright. Well, if I get nothing else from this task, at least I'll have 94 Slayer. One more level to go for Hydras. Now all I gotta do is get this stupid jaw. Well, there it is, 276 Basilisks killed with no jaw, which means I'm going back to Vannaka Slayer, I guess. Well, I'm going to go get a Konar task for my point streak first, and I can't get a Basilisk task back-to-back anyway. Then we're going back to Vannaka. And at least I got a decent Konar task, 126 jellies in the catacombs, let's go. I will say, I am pleasantly surprised with the XP per hour at Vannaka, of all things. Now, I know obviously it went up a lot considering I was only doing bursting tasks while I was skipping, but then it also went down a lot at Basilisk Nights to even out about where it was before. I think it was at like 23.5, 24k XP per hour, now I'm at 25. But still, that's not bad Slayer XP per hour, and I'm still getting what I need out of this, which is fast tasks, hopefully Basilisk tasks. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Konar task done, going back to Vannaka. Man, the Superior Pyre Fiends look so sick. I don't know if I've ever seen one of those before. I'm so upset. I saw the Jormungand's prison. I was so happy for a half second. Friggin' Dagonauts. I was kind of mad at that being Dagonauts and not Basilisk, so I decided to skip it and I got 4 Rune Dragons instead. Last time I tried to kill Rune Dragons, it was very slow, but hopefully it's not as bad this time. Oh yeah, that Superior reminded me. I was gonna go and use some of the ensouled heads and bones that I have. I am currently 83 prayer, and I think if I get 1 more or 2 more prayer levels, it'll put me at the next prayer point restoration bracket for my prayer potions. So I think I might go and take a little prayer break in the middle of this, use some heads, use some bones, see how far I get. Well, this is going to be the first of the prayer levels that I was talking about. I don't know how much more prayer experience I have banked after this, but I'm going to try to get to 85, but there's 84 prayer. So I've decided that I'm going to do 0 math and just go and use all of the bones that I have in the bank, or at least all of the good bones, being these ones in my inventory and the rest of my dragon bones, and we'll see how far I get. And sure enough, we had plenty of bones to get to 85 prayer. We have done it. I didn't realize that actually unlocked anything, but yeah, cool. If nothing else, now at least the number looks better on my stats. Oh, would you look at that? I passed 800,000 Slayer experience in this video. Very cool. Sorry, at this point, I don't know what I'm going to actually include in the video. I've been playing for, I mean, you can do the math based on the XP per hour and how much XP I've gained there, but that also doesn't include the prayer and the cooking and everything. So this video probably already has like well over 40 hours of gameplay in it and no sign of ending soon. So I don't really know how I'm going to structure it or what I'm going to include, but yeah, very cool. 800,000 Slayer experience, 671k to go to level 95. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to mention this, but if you wanted to join the in-game clan, it is called TaskSpoons, and you can join as a guest and anyone can invite, so if you just ask around, usually someone in there can help you, if not myself, but yeah. I wasn't recording! No way, I got the pet Kraken! Let's go! That was the only reason I was here! Holy! That was like the first pet that I wasn't like completely spooned on too. 2481 kill count. I think it's a 1 in 3,000. I need to look it up. Yay! I'm so sad I wasn't recording. I had just recorded that clan thing and I was renaming the clip and I forgot to turn my recorder back on. Ugh. So yeah, Pet Kraken is a 1 in 3,000 drop, 2481 KC. Still a little bit lucky, which is great, but the first pet that I actually even got remotely close to the drop rate. But yeah, gonna put that little bad boy in there. He's adorable. And yeah, just gonna continue. Honestly, that's the thing that I needed to keep my motivation up. Let's go. Now, I got 62 kills left on the task, just going to go and finish it. This is my Konar streak task, so might as well just go and do it there. But yeah, we are officially done with Kraken. It's green. Oh, look how good that looks. Oh my goodness. It's tempting to try and finish off. I would need 5 more tentacles to upgrade my trident, but I don't think that's going to be worth it. I think we're officially done with Kraken, at least for a long time. Oh, it's green. It looks so good. Well, I guess now that I have the pet, so I've been using these bracelets of slaughter on pretty much every Kraken task to try and extend them as much as possible, to have as many rolls at the pet as possible, but now that I have it, I guess I don't need these anymore, so I'm just going to take that off. I wish I brought my tormented bracelet, but I've already paid for the instance, so I guess we're staying. Oh, at some point I passed 900,000 Slayer experience this video. Sick. I wish there was a way to see how many Slayer tasks I've actually gotten this video, both including the ones that I've done and the ones that I've skipped. I could probably do the math if I really cared, but I'm too lazy for that. But I swear, we must have seen close to 300 Slayer tasks, and like I said before, it's about a 1 in 50 chance to get a Basilisk task from Vannaka, so I'm feeling a little sad about that. But the saving grace, like I've said probably 100 times in this video, I'm getting Slayer experience, and any Slayer experience is good, so I can't be too upset. Damn, the Superior Crockatrice looks sick too. I need to look those up. Oh my goodness, Pet Criara. Grats. Well, I was trying to get a Konar task for my 50 task streak, and I got Smoke Devils, which I still need an Occult Necklace, so I'm going to go and do those and hope for that. For anyone that may have missed it, I have had one Thermonuclear Smoke Devil task, which is all that is on the hard tier, and I actually got the Smoke Battle Staff before the Occult Necklace, so I'm really hoping for an Occult Necklace. It's such a huge mage upgrade, and it's definitely the thing that I can feel I've been lacking on my mage setup, so hopefully I can get that on this task. Now, it's not... it's kind of likely. I was going to say it's not super likely, but with Bracelets of Slaughter, I think I should get, like, close to 200 kills out of this, maybe like 180, and I think it's a 1 in 350. So it's not impossible, but it would be definitely very lucky, and it would make me very happy, and I am stalling to try and get this kill in the clip. There we go. Would have been really cool, though. And another Slayer XP milestone, 1 million Slayer XP in this video. At 23k an hour. I don't even want to do the math. Well, there is the end of the task. 175 Smoke Devils killed. 348 total, meaning we are 2 away from the drop rate of the Occult Necklace. But there it is, 300 bonus points, 657 total. Very nice. And going back to Vannaka, I guess. So I had to find something to AFK for another editing day, and I noticed I was close to a smithing level, so there is 89 smithing, which means that I can finally make rune dart tips without boosting, which is going to be very nice, and is what I'm going to do right now. I also cooked essentially all of the rest of my fish, other than these few monkfish that I don't care about. But yeah, somewhere in here, there's like 2,000 manta rays, 1,500 sea turtles. I'm up to 8,000 sharks, 13,000 crambwams. I'm pretty much set in terms of food. And next time I do a resupply, I think I got to make some potions. Like I said last video, or 2 videos ago, I can't remember at this point, I have a lot of herbs in the bank. I just need to collect some secondaries, and I can probably get like 2 herblore levels. I think I might be able to get to 90, which would be cool. Then I could make super combats without boosting, but that requires gathering a bunch of secondaries that I don't really want to do right now. So yeah, just gonna keep smithing for now while I finish this video, and then we'll get back to Slayer. Because that was my 50 task streak, I've got 657 points to spend. I'm going to do a few skips here, or at least be very selective on the tasks that I end up doing. Hopefully I can get another Basilisk task soon. Would have been really cool. Well, my superior luck continues to be insane. I'm like 2/3 of the way through this task, and that's my 3rd superior Necreal. Didn't get anything from it, but if nothing else, we always love Dark Totem pieces. Oh, 92 defense. Very nice. Oh, I also passed 1.1 million Slayer experience this video. Very cool. Oh, 97 attack. Let's go. Yo, let's go! This is the exact reason I still have these unlocked. I knew AFKing Vires was going to pay off. I was tempted to skip this one because I knew it was going to be long, but I was just making and eating dinner and then watching a show, and then boom, Blood Shard. And that's 1.2 million Slayer experience, 2/3 of the way to 95. Yo, let's go, another Basilisk task, finally. Gonna be killing him with melee this time for no particular reason other than I feel like it, and still gonna be using Braces of Slaughter, try and get as many kills out of this task as possible. And yeah, apparently the Soractus Cudgel is one of the best melee weapons to use, so gonna try that out. And yeah, other than that, just gonna go get started. So the way the melee setup works for Basilisks, they alternate between melee and magic attacks, and you can try and prayer flick them if you really wanted to, but pretty much everything I read just said wear high melee defensive armor and then just pray magic the whole time. And yeah, just gonna be doing this like usual and hope for the jaw. Like, I really hope for the jaw. So I think I've decided I'm going to end this video after this Slayer task, regardless of if I have the jaw or not. Now, obviously, I would much rather end it with the jaw, but if not, we can finish off 95 Slayer and this Basilisk jaw task in the next video. Oh hey, look at that, 1.3 million Slayer experience, still 60 Basilisks left on the task, but not looking great. Well, unless I get a bracelet proc right here, that's going to be it. 320 Basilisks killed on that task. 591 total with a no jaw. Very sad. Now, it never feels good to end a video that way, but I put almost 80 hours of gameplay into this video with over 60 hours of Slayer and about 20 hours of cooking and other AFK stuff editing. So I hope you guys enjoyed the journey. And in the next video, we'll finish off 95 Slayer, and assuming we don't get a Basilisk task in the 138k Slayer experience I have left, then we'll just go and camp the Basilisk Knights for the 1 in 5k, which is gonna suck, but at least then I know I'll have consistent chances throughout the video. These kinds of videos really set me back on my schedule. I try to upload every 4 days, but when I have to put in over 80 hours of gameplay into a single video, obviously that's not possible. So if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to hit the like button and maybe leave me a comment and let me know what you think. But with all that being said, that's going to be it from me. I will see you guys in the next video. And a big thank you to all of my channel members, but a special thank you to my Tier 3 Big Spoon channel members, Alchemist BTW, Jack Staumer, Zach Martin, Luxitaire, Tony Adkins, and Dolph. Thank you guys, and thank you everyone on screen here for the support.